Hello everyone. I hope that you've been keeping well since we last met up here in the virtual world of YouTube. I am doing well here in my little community. We've just had our Canadian Thanksgiving, and we were fortunate enough this year to have been asked by one of our younger family members to come to their home and have a turkey dinner with them. And we had a really fantastic day. My two sisters came down from Cranbrook, which is about a 2.5-hour ride away, with my niece and nephew, and they had an additional fellow with them. And then there was, well, I think there was 11 of us sat down for our dinner. When dinner was over, we were cleaning up. I was offered the turkey carcass, which I was grateful to take. And I brought it home immediately and put it into the freezer because I didn't want to deal with it at that moment. So today I'm going to make turkey stock. The end result will be turkey soup, and I hope to have enough to be able to share with Christy and Jay, because they were the ones that provided the turkey to start with. So I'm going to gather everything up and I'll be back in a moment. So here we go. I'm going to be making this stock today in my Nesco Canner, which I can also use as a pressure cooker. And I'm going to pressure cook this for 90 minutes in the pressure cooker today, just because it's meat and it's good to have that level of safety there. I'm also looking to get every ounce of flavor I can out of the ingredients that I put in the pot. So this is the sleeve or pot from the Nesco Canner, and I popped it into the freezer, and then when I went to get it all out this morning, it was frozen in a big lump. So I put it into the microwave for a minute on a piece of parchment paper. I guess it was about 10 minutes on defrost, and it loosened it up enough that now I can strip away the parts that I need to. You can see the messy foil it was wrapped in and the plastic bags that covered it all. And it was just in there for less than a week. And I don't think that I'm going to get a lot more of this carcass, because Jay did a really good job of cleaning it when he stripped the meat from the bird. So this doesn't have to be a lovely affair, for sure, which is a good thing, because turkey stocks or chicken stocks aren't normally, but I don't want to overfill my pot. So I'm going to put in some carrots. I just simply rinsed these vegetables. I didn't peel them. We'll be removing this set of vegetables from the pot before we carry on. We'll strain it all away. So I have 3 carrots diced up here in big chunks, not too little. I've got the bottom end, probably about 6 inches of the heart of a piece of celery, so probably 1.5 cups. I've got an onion, 1 medium-sized onion that I just chopped in pieces, even with the blossom end on. I've got 1 whole head of garlic that I've just cut the ends off, and I'm going to throw it in there like that. And then comes the spice blends that I'll put in there. Now I'm going to be honest and tell you that I don't have a single fresh leaf of anything in the fridge at the moment, so I'm going to use dry and powdered. Today I'm going to add 2 bay leaves to this. I'm also going to add about, I'm going to say a teaspoon. I've got my tablespoon out, but I feel like that would be too much. Just a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. And I'm not sure if everybody can get that where they live, but that's what we can get here, which is a mixture of a number of things. I should look that up for you. So now I'm just adding about a half a teaspoon of thyme. Oops, that was noisy. And I'm gonna add just maybe a tablespoon of parsley, dried parsley. And then just to add some flavor, sorry, got my back to you almost there. Just to add some flavor to the stock, I'm also going to add in 1 small can of heirloom tomatoes. They could be any kind of tomatoes. These just happen to be what I had in the cupboard because I went into the grocery store one day and here they had them for like 50 cents a can. So I picked them up. So I'm just going to give them a little squish to help them release their juice. And then I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to take you over to the pressure cooker to show you how to set it and the water to add. So hang in there. I hope you can see this well enough. I have a very short cord, which is a good thing. So I'm just going to have to pull it to the edge while I put the sleeve into the pot. And I'm going to put it in. And I'm going to turn it so that I can see my full mark on the back of the canner because I don't want to exceed that. And here I have 8 cups of water. And I think I'll do that again. It's a little dark here today where we live because we've had snow for 3 days in a row now already. Yes, it's only the 17th of October today, but the snow has been coming down. For the most part, it hasn't stayed on the ground because intermixed with the big snowflakes has also been rainstorms, which seemed unseasonal to us, but there you go. So I'm just covering everything now in the pot so that, yeah, we need it covered so that we can get all the juice out of it that we can get out of it. So now I'm going to put the lid in the lock position and I'm gonna set my time for 90 minutes. Woo, that got away on me, didn't it? For 90 minutes. Now I should get a beep, beep, beep. Oh, I guess I will get a beep, beep, beep if I hit start. Now, it'll take this pot a while to achieve the pressure that it needs to achieve. So it can be something that I can put on the back burner for a bit. When I say that, I don't mean I'm literally putting it on the burner. I'm just gonna leave it to the back of the counter and then I'm going to carry on with some of my regular Saturday chores. And I will come back when it's time to make soup. Well, here we are back and the canner has finished its 90 minutes. Oh, sorry, today I guess I should be talking about it being a pressure cooker, and today I have the turkey carcass in there. So we're making turkey stock and it has completed its 90 minutes. So now I'm just going to do a quick release and then move on to the next step, which is straining out all the bits that are in the stock right now to make a nice clear broth. Well folks, here I am back. I have strained all the liquid and removed all of the carcass, and it's got a beautiful rich color and it is delicious. At this point I hadn't put any salt or pepper in it, and I won't do that until I get everything into the pot. So I'm going to start off this pot. I've washed the liner and I'm prepared to start all over again. this is what helps to build the depth of flavor, really, is the multi-layers that we add to it. If I'm guilty of anything, it's never leaving enough room for the noodles, and this probably won't be an exception, but I'm going to at least give it a bit of a shot, and we'll see how I make out. So over here in my bowl, I have, you know, your basic triad of flavor. There's the onions, celery, and carrots. Now I washed the carrots really well, and then I peeled them, and the celery as well. I didn't peel it, but I did wash it, and then I diced it, and the same with the onion. I'm also going to add another bay leaf back to it, because what can that hurt? Into the big pot. Sorry, I'm reaching right in front of you. Off my dirty dishes in the sink, because I sure managed to make a lot of dirty dishes today. Now I'm going to add, I think I've got around 4 cups of chopped turkey that was left from that carcass, so I'm going to put it in next. And I feel like when I'm done here, I'm going to have some broth to can, but we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to add at this point some peas, but the peas are frozen, which is the way we want them going into this pot, because they wouldn't hold up too well to the pressure if they weren't frozen. So, and there you just your garden variety frozen peas, and I will likely add, I'm going to say 2 cups of peas. Yeah, about that much. I know it's kind of hard to give you a recipe when I'm working with big quantities, and I'm just basically going by my experience rather than by an actual recipe. So that's 8 cups of broth, and I think it might take the rest, which I believe might be another 8 cups. So I'm going to turn my back to you for just a moment. I'll grab this. I want to measure this part, see how much we actually got. 5 cups. So we had 13 cups in total off of that carcass. And in it is all going into the pot. Now I'm going to just give the pot a stir. I have left room for noodles, although I'm not going to cook the noodles in this broth. Or sorry, I am going to cook the noodles in this broth, but not in this pot, because I plan on dividing this up, and some of it's going to my niece, and the rest of it we're going to keep here for our dinner today. So I have 2 separate bags of noodles, and I'll send one to her house and keep one for our house. So this is just a extra broad egg noodle is what I use, but you could use anything. You could use the spaghetti that was broken up, or you could, put broken pieces of spaghetti into the frying pan and just brown them a little and then put them in the pot. It adds another flavor in there. It kind of like it's got the crackers already built in. I know this is awkward leaning over like this. So there's lots of things that you could add. If you don't like to have noodles in there, then at this point you could add potatoes to it and just have a turkey with potatoes, and it would be just delightful. Or you could add rice, but you don't want to add the rice or the pasta to the pot at this point, because they don't hold up well in the pressure canner, or pressure cooker is how I'm using it today. So now I'm going to close down the lid. I'm going to turn it around here so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure that it is on airtight and that I've closed the lid all the way. And I'm going to pressure cook this for 10 minutes. It might even be a little much, but we're going to go 10. Maybe I'll leave it at 10, yes. Because you're gonna cook it a little while after when you get the noodles in it. You know, carrots I think usually are cooked by 8 minutes. Yep, let's go back to 8 minutes. And if your recipe is different, then by all means follow your own recipe and your own instincts on this. And then I'm gonna hit start. And this will circle around and it will do its magic. When the pressure pot has come up to full pressure, then it will start to time down the amount of time that I've put in there, and then we'll be ready to go. So I will bring you back at that point so that you can see the finished product. I will see you soon. Here we have everything kind of packaged up for Christy to stop by and pick up. I've done up 3 jars for her. These are quart jars, and you can see that's not very good lighting, is it? But you can see they're about half full with turkey and vegetables, leaving room for the noodles to cook. I've also included in this little care package a bag of noodles and some freshly baked croissants that I just made today as well. Now I'm just going to move you over here because in the pressure canner I had so much soup that I'm going to can up a couple jars for myself, and because you should never run a canner unless it's full, I have filled 2 jars full of water, and I've not got a lot of extra jars right now, so I will probably, I've used lids that I once used before on them, and I may just dump them out to reuse them for food afterwards. But if I had extra jars, I'd just leave them with the water in and put them on the shelf, because we never know when we might need the water. So aside from that, I have on my stovetop enough soup reserved back for my husband and I for dinner. So I would say that was a win. There's approximately 1.5 quarts on the stovetop, 2 quarts here, 3 quarts in the box. So I would count that definitely as a win. And that all happened with really the leftover bones from the turkey from Thanksgiving. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and that if you have, you'll consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and please do share with your friends. I will do as much detailed instructions as I can in the box, the little comment box below this video. Always check down there for the recipes and the details that you might need. And in the meantime, I hope you all take care, and if you have Thanksgiving yet to come where you live, that you will have a joyous Thanksgiving. And remember, folks, at this time, to be safe and be careful. We care about each and every one of you. So take care. Bye-bye.